Africa is thriving. Across lively deserts and coasts, in bustling cities and rural towns, Africans are forging a new path for development. Remarkable businesses and the people behind them are harnessing technology, resources, and passion in a way that creates monetary, social, and environmental benefits for the continent. They are replacing old business practices with innovative methods that protect the integrity of the planet and give back to its people. They are switching to green. This is their story. The Switch Africa Green program assists a network of over 3,000 businesses to embrace green practices in African countries. It takes a hands-on approach to eco-entrepreneurship by offering funding and training and encouraging partnerships. This switch to green represents a new paradigm between the consumer and the business by creating shared responsibility and benefits for both within new environmentally sustainable markets. Switch Africa Green is about using resources more efficiently, exchanging ideas and practices, and inspiring consumers to buy products that support our planet. These practices increase and diversify revenue, save money and time, and bring new jobs. The people at the forefront of Switch Africa Green are demonstrating that across 4 priority sectors, from tourism to agriculture, from manufacturing to waste management, doing business the green way is the best way. One way businesses can green the production process is to think about waste first. This includes using recycled materials as a raw material, reusing waste as a power source, or better managing production to reduce waste. There are entire industries created around waste. Integrated waste management saves money, generates new revenue streams, and creates cleaner and healthier communities.
Speaking from the center of the world, precisely to say Ghana, I give life to a dead wood. I turn that waste wood into a resource and make it into something usable. With this industry, even though the wood is waste, it's waste here, but people use it for different things. The Switch Africa Green program was detailed enough to understand what waste means. Just not only waste, but turning waste into a resource. They actually had a system where they make you collect raw materials from certain companies. That's what has made me to be able to have access to that. They are all waste wood, but at the same time, they're treated waste wood that can be used for something meaningful in this part of our world. I haven't seen any mobile kitchen that have been built by waste wood. This is the first one that has been built in this country, and we can take it to the higher height. Take it to all other parts of Africa where waste wood is just being wasted. We turn it into a beautiful thing where people can actually come, admire it, create jobs, let them also create something different again.
Our main business is to convert fish waste into sellable items, especially the fish skin into leather, the fish bones into buttons, the fish eyes into earrings, and the extraction of fish collagen into fish glue. Kisumu hosts almost 5 filleting industries. Annually, they produce close to 150,000 metric tons of fish waste. We decided to go green. In simple terms, it's utilization of plant compounds. It does not involve the use of chemicals. Global trend currently recognizes the fact that the environment needs to be conserved. We have partnered with a number of institutions like South African Footwear and Leatherlands, which is also helping us in marketing our products there. This is what forms what we call the Kisumu cluster. And we are also getting other products from them too. So the green economy is so much linked and is at the heart of the community around here.
Thinking about how I started this business, at first it was just rubbish that I saw on the street. It has actually made me realize what impact or difference that I'm making into the environment and into the economy. Because what we saw as rubbish is today something that actually is it's a resource, not only for creating jobs, but to save the environment. Today we pride ourselves that we've created indirect jobs, of people that actually are selling to K1 Recycling. We have really made an impact. Today, people are aware that from what we used to call waste, it's actually that can benefit them and actually help them to feed their families as well. The more we take care of our environment, the more we love the environment, the better lives we have and the better lives we create for the future generations.
L'association fait la transformation des produits forestiers non lieux agricoles. Et le chumbala, c'est avec les grains de néré. On utilise les sachets plastiques pour tisser des sacs pour aller au marché. On tisse des pains avec les sachets plastiques. C'est comme les faisceaux d'amphanie, mais c'est 50% du fil de faisceau d'amphanie et 50% du fil des sachets plastiques. Je ne tissais pas en sachet plastique. Maintenant, c'est un emploi que les femmes tissent, on vend et je paye aussi les femmes. Tout ce que nous on fait comme activité, c'est le néré et puis le karité, que les gens ne coupent pas beaucoup, tout ce qu'on peut transformer avec des produits qu'on ne coupe pas, qu'on ne détruit pas ces arbres. Donc je demande aux gens d'aider l'environnement à sauvegarder, à protéger vraiment la brousse pour qu'on puisse gagner ce qu'on peut avoir.
Et deuxièmement, je crois que nous voulons, le Burkina Faso, être le leader au niveau africain en matière de promotion d'économie verte. Les pays voisins, pour que nous prenions le leadership, parce que quand on regarde que nos pays, leur développement, c'est sur les ressources naturelles, et la question qu'on doit se poser, c'est comment gérer ces ressources naturelles. Et par conséquent, nous allons continuer avec ONU Environnement à nous accompagner, bien sûr, à travers le projet Green Sud Africa pour que nous puissions vraiment aller vers la mise réelle d'une promotion pour une croissance verte au Burkina Faso.
Businesses are powered by the human energy of founders' dreams, customer loyalty, and employees' hard work. But they often need an additional power source, like petrol or electricity, to keep operations running. Green businesses are lowering costs and reducing environmental impact by turning to natural power sources, like the sun or the wind. Their abundance and affordability create a sense of freedom for the business as it functions more independently and in conjunction with nature.
Savsana Ghana Limited is a waste-to-resource social enterprise which deals in sanitizing the environment, getting the waste from all areas possible that it can, and then making use of this waste. This waste comes in the form of organic waste from the industries and the food market. So one of our initiatives is to ensure that energy, which is very important to the livelihood of mankind, is produced with minimal impact on the climate. So we try to train people in that regard to ensure that scaling up energy that is produced wouldn't have adverse effects on the climate, which will in turn affect production of food and have other adverse effects on other things in the society.
But overall, in terms of the policy framework, our national environment policy, our climate change policy, all of these policies, have got some components which are linked to, trying to transition Ghana, into a more sustainable, form. And also, we have also adopted the Sustainable Development Goals. So all the district assemblies, the municipal, metropolitan, when they are doing their annual budgets, they have to make sure that they go by the Sustainable Development Goals because these have been incorporated into our development plan. So by and large, this is how Ghana, we have been able to give the broader policy framework, to enable us to actually imbibe this Switch Africa Green Program in our national development agenda.
I felt like I needed to make a change on banana. I decided now to make more research on what can we get from bananas. Told me that you can use the solar to dry. They connected me with somebody here in Kenya and they built for us the solar dryers. And the cost of drying is like a half of what we were doing initially. They trained us on water management, on how to harvest water. Immediately we put the gutters. You can see the gutters. Right now we don't use the government water. We are using the harvested water. Now we have reduced the cost up. It's like 5% right now, and we are realizing our profit. We have now 3 cottage industries. Using that, we can grow very fast.
Je suis un électricien en énergie solaire et électricité bâtiment de Haut-Bassin. Voilà, donc je suis aussi le président de l'association des professionnels en énergie solaire, autrement dit dans son entreprise. Voilà, et cette association a été créée grâce à Swiss African Greece. Voilà, nous sommes des partenaires de Baraka, de Credo, et grâce à Credo, Swiss African nous a financés. Et nous a financés. Nous avons eu à faire une formation sur l'énergie solaire. Après la formation sur l'énergie solaire, nous avons créé une association. Et c'est cette association, maintenant nous vivons dans cette association. Nous sommes tous des professionnels en énergie solaire. Et bien avant, les Swiss African Greece, j'étais juste un électricien. Voilà, je ne faisais pas le solaire. Maintenant, après le Swiss African Greece, voilà, on fait le solaire aussi. Et nous avons même eu à former jusqu'à 100 apprenants sur l'énergie solaire. Donc vraiment, Swiss African Greece, merci beaucoup.
Apisco's Best Gari Production and Energy Solution Center is into production of quality gari using improved stoves. Gari is made up of cassava, one of the finished products of cassava. We have the traditional way we process the gari using the traditional stove. But through the Association of Ghana Industries, they brought an improved stove. The quality of gari from the improved stove cannot be compared to that of the traditional one. With the traditional stove, as the processor does the work, the smoke enters the processor and then the gari as well. That affects the taste of the gari. And particularly because of the stove, they have adopted this village as a modern village for the agric people, where they have brought variety of cassava like sika banching and then other variety just to produce on the stove here to meet the demand. It has helped me to save fuel, energy, and it has helped me to increase my production level. So I've been sharing this idea with the other gari processors, and they will be very grateful if this assistance could also be extended to other areas that have not benefited from Swiss African Green. So if government can come on board and then assist women in form of subsidy so that these stoves can be instituted in all the villages that are noted for gari production. It will help conserve the environment so that deforestation and other activity of people that is making rainfall not regular and affecting our farming business be reduced drastically.
It is true that when we act together, much more can be achieved. A green way of doing business emphasizes partnerships, interlinking production, products, and markets to conserve energy, time, and materials. Green businesses succeed by operating in tandem with other businesses to exchange and expand ideas and resources. It is through this networking, this industrial symbiosis, that green businesses magnify their impacts, creating wins for profits, people, and the planet. Partnership is fundamental for green businesses to thrive.
This project has done a lot in my life. Previously, I've been unemployed, but doing agricultural farming, local way of farming. But it wasn't yielding much because of this global warming. People are not able to detect the weather conditions. Last year, we had a long period of drought, and people were not able to have food product. But once we started producing oyster mushroom, for it doesn't matter whether there's rain or no rain. All you have to do is to have access to water so that you're able, because it's an indoor crop. So it's easy for us, and then you preserve it, ready to be used. Whether the rain comes late or earlier, you don't mind. You are sure of food throughout the year.
We had a lot of trainings with them, converting their mindset from conventional way of doing things into the organic, sustainable way of managing their production. The biggest benefit I see that the project has brought in the community is saving them from use of synthetic chemicals, which would cause a lot of cancer or any other diseases. Secondly, everybody got into some kind of small-scale business that would sustain your living. Some went into selling onions, some opened hotels, some went into border riding. If we were to go to the other place, there are some ladies doing border riding.
Some of these products are prepared for our restaurant. As you can see, the customers are just right inside there. And thanks to Switching Africa Green, they have improvised a restaurant in this village which had no restaurant. With this option of having a restaurant, all service delivery has been brought closer and everyone is satisfied and the standard of living has gone high.
We also introduced to them the idea of group marketing. They were doing their marketing individually. But when they went for this sipsim production and the yield was good, we told them to market it properly. You need them to come together.
So far since the Switch Africa Green program started, awareness has been created, but we still need to create more because definitely, every other day we get new people, new industries that are coming up to make sure that what we have started doesn't stop along the way. Of course, to do with the markets, we have seen now there's awareness that the consumers have started demanding products that are eco-friendly. And in this case, we need to have more materials to explain to the people, to disseminate the information and the results that have been obtained so far.
I'm certified by MORIGAP. MORIGAP is Mauritius GAP, Good Agriculture Practice. Some of the farmers who don't have the MORIGAP certification, they don't have a record about what they are doing, how much pesticides you are using in their crop cycle. We save on the pesticide. We don't use so many. We do clean water, not using river water for cleaning our vegetable like carrots. We have to wash it before going in the market. Most of the customers want to purchase MORIGAP vegetable because they know farmers are not using so many pesticides and it is healthy for them. I have two daughters, Isha and Yuvi. Always I teach them about the environment so they can have a better future.
We are engaging the communities in conserving Kakamega forest through the promotion of commercial cultivation of an indigenous traditional medicinal plant. Sustainable consumption and production practices came into when we started working with Switch Africa Green. We have been trained and we do now make final products from this process. We have natural ointment. Natural ointment is used for muscular aches, backache, and to some extent, some patients use it for arthritis. We also have Uzimax. Uzimax is a product that is under development and will be used to control mosquito larvae. If we go to Nyanza region, where malaria is so rampant, this is a product that will help the communities around that place. And we now develop toolkits to the farmers. They have an alternative income generating activity. This is an employment opportunity for the community. They have now this plant as a cash crop. They use it and then they bring it and then we process into finished products and we pay them. We have installed cutters all these through the buildings, so we collect rainwater and we have an underground tank, and then we use solar pump also to pump the water, so there is no waste. We have shared and we have networked with quite a number of visitors, even colleagues and from other groups, even Kenya. So I've also had the opportunity to go and train them on what we are doing, and this has really created a very good network. So green practices are very important, and these really can assist even the communities to have an economy that is sustainable, an economy that can assist even the generations to come.
The business was started in 1969 basically to help the small-scale farmers earn some income. Igara is owned by small-scale farmers. We have around 7,000 farmers, and 3,268 farmers are active and they're shareholders. So it is basically in the hands of the small-scale farmers around the region. We got a better system of waste management and segregation. Waste is segregated and the decomposing waste is taken as manure to farmers in their fields. It has made a saving on the income that the company earns. So even the small-scale farmers and the natives have increased on their pay and thus their better living. I actually encourage other factories around to implement the Switch Africa Green Mission so that we can all work hand in hand and we get the environment more and more greener and develop the country at large.
Inspiration through public awareness is the key to creating this new social contract. When green businesses promote the benefits of sustainability, consumer trust and increased demand for green products are generated. Consumers are inspired to do their part to positively impact the planet. These green guidelines and practices are broadcast to consumers through certifications and labels, which send a powerful signal that this is not business as usual.
Customers, when making their choice of where to travel, more and more are looking for hotels and destinations that are conscious about the environment. They feel that the tourist industry has a responsibility towards sustainability.
Where we needed to find innovative ways to recycle our waste. We have implemented the solar panel. We have implemented a waste management program where we recycle all our waste. Marine conservation, we have recycle of water. We will eliminate the plastic bottle where we have our in-house water bottling. We are also looking forward now to install a fountain everywhere around the hotel so that to encourage guests not to come with plastic bottles. Changing our whole room amenities to be more sustainable, eliminating the use of plastic.
With the Switch Africa Green project, we have been able to take on board many sectors, mainly manufacturing sector, agricultural sector, and tourism sector. And it's also worth mentioning is that the micro, small, and medium enterprises form part are active players in the motion economy. And we have been able to instill a green concept, a green policy with the different players. And we are very satisfied that with the collaboration of the European Union, that the green concept, the green priority forms part now with the marketing and business plan of all these micro, small, and medium enterprises in the different sectors that I have been mentioning.
I started the company because I grew up in a village, so we lived off subsistence farming. But I wanted to make a difference and contribute to the food security crisis that we have in Africa. So we decided that we can farm also in the urban areas. You don't necessarily need land. You can use the rooftops with all the high-rise buildings. I would encourage companies which are building new apartments and new office blocks in the city to incorporate urban farming onto their rooftops, which can fight against climate change, CO2 emissions, and even cool down the building. If every company or apartment block could have a garden, it would ensure food security in the city, a sustainable income for people living in the city. They can work on the urban farms, as well as good quality food right at their doorsteps.
We're now transitioning from the initial partnerships where we had development cooperation coming in. It's more of, how do we share the space? What is it that a developed country, through its partnership, for example, Switch Africa Green, what is it bringing to the party, and what is South Africa as a responsible global citizen then doing to ensure that we're meeting halfway? It's no longer fully financed initiatives that are on the ground. It's more finding the middle road between the developed country and developing countries in pursuing an agenda that makes sense globally.
Je travaille au Centre agricole Frère-Rémy comme responsable de cette école pour les jeunes non scolarisés. Et à Rodrigue, le centre, c'est favoriser l'agriculture, c'est un pilier. Ça fait 30 ans que le centre existé pour les jeunes qui n'arrivent pas, qui se décrochent à l'éducation. Ce sont les élèves qui n'ont pas pu aller à l'école normale comme au collège pour terminer leur cycle scolaire. Alors ils viennent ici au centre pour apprendre un métier. On a trouvé avec l'évolution de l'agriculture que nous les formateurs, on n'avait pas assez de formations. Et là, South Africa est venu nous donner un bon coup de main de côté la formation pour les formateurs, la formation pour les parents et la formation pour les bénévoles. Et c'est bon pour l'écologie aussi parce que plus on plante, plus on va gagner du miel et plus on va gagner aussi, l'atmosphère va changer. On parle beaucoup sur l'écosystème et l'économie. South Africa Green est venu nous aider vraiment pour prendre conscience c'est quoi l'agriculture et nous donner un horizon là où les jeunes habitent. Les jeunes ne travaillent pas chez eux seulement, mais les jeunes aident aussi les villageois pour sortir de la misère. Par exemple, depuis 2015, avec South Africa Green, on n'achète pas de jus importé, on fabrique nos propres jus. On est autonome aujourd'hui en biogaz pour cuisiner le riz, pour cuisiner nos produits, nos légumes. On a eu vraiment une gamme de formations extraordinaires et en plus, la formation a touché presque Rodrigue en entier dans l'agriculture. Mais le Sud-Africain est venu nous pousser très haut. Oui, avec le programme, je suis fière, heureux et je vois les jeunes, comment ils prospèrent dans la vie, ils grandissent. Mais ce n'est pas seulement les jeunes, mais les parents aussi, les familles aussi prospèrent. Les familles regrettent qu'ils n'ont pas eu cette expérience que les enfants ont eue. Les familles aussi sont heureux et les familles voient que les enfants dépassent leur expérience, dépassent leur espérance.
Eco-entrepreneurship is transforming how Africans live and work. Through sustainable production and partnerships, businesses and communities are reaping the rewards of job growth, increased productivity, and improved health. They are fueling a movement that is both conscious and profitable. Join the movement to switch Africa green. Drive the switch.